Hi, I'm Angie, and you're watching Dontae's Boxing Nation.
Dontae's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Canelo Alvarez makes it official. He has finally filed a lawsuit against his own promotional company, Golden Boy, and Dazn. Now, this is big news, guys, but I think what Canelo Alvarez said about the lawsuit is even more interesting. It's more telling. This is what Canelo Alvarez said when it comes to this lawsuit. He said, "I'm not scared of any opponent in the ring, and I'm not going to let failures of my broadcaster or promoters keep me out of the ring." End quote. I'm telling you guys right now, everything that I've been telling you guys about Canelo Alvarez versus Golden Boy and Dazn, it's all starting to come to light right now. This tension between Canelo, Golden Boy, and Dazn, it came to a boiling point way before Canelo Alvarez filed this lawsuit against them. I mean, just think about this for a second. When Canelo Alvarez says, "I'm not afraid to fight anyone in the ring," who is he talking about when he says that? Who is he talking to when he says that? He's talking to Golden Boy and Dazn. Because if you remember, only a week ago, I reported that Dazn, they came out and they said that Canelo is not holding up his end of the bargain. He was supposed to guarantee us at least one top-tier elite opponent every single year. And according to Dazn, Canelo has not been doing that. And you guys probably remember way before that, Canelo Alvarez, he came out of nowhere and just started dissing his promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, saying that he was never loyal, etc., etc. And I told you, I truly believe that Canelo Alvarez, the type of conversations he's been having with Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya, they've been pushing him to fight certain opponents that Canelo did not want to fight. Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins. Bernard, he only mentioned Jamal Charlo. But Oscar, he said, in order for Canelo to be considered one of the greats, he's going to have to beat the likes of a Jamal Charlo and a Demetrius Andrade. Right after Oscar De La Hoya said that, Canelo Alvarez vacated his WBC belt, gave his belt to Jamal Charlo, and then he said he doesn't want to fight Demetrius Andrade because he doesn't like his style. We all know that's like saying, I don't want to play that video game because I don't like the difficulty level. It's always on extremely hard. Put me on easy mode and give me Rocky Fielding. Or give me that guy that Chris Eubank just knocked out in 3 rounds. Or the guy that Anthony Durrell just beat. Those are the styles that I like. So everything that Canelo Alvarez is saying to Dazn and Golden Boy, it proves what I've been telling you guys. They've been actually pushing Canelo Alvarez to step up the competition. And for all these Canelo Alvarez fans that were trying to defend Canelo, saying, oh, well, the only reason he's not fighting good competition is because he's being protected by his promoter, etc., etc. Once again, I told you guys a long time ago, that's not true. First of all, we knew that wasn't true because there's been times where Canelo chose certain opponents and Oscar came out and said he did not want Canelo to fight that opponent, but Canelo did it anyway. Now the fact that Canelo is suing Golden Boy and Dazn, that really tells you Canelo, he's the type of person that's going to do what he wants to do. I told you guys this a long time ago, Canelo is not going to be dictated to. He's a diva if you think about it. He's that type of person that when people talk to him, they're walking on eggshells. They're afraid, I don't want to piss this guy off. I don't want him to sue me. I don't want him to leave Golden Boy. We don't know what this man is going to do if we piss him off. So let him do whatever he wants to do. Let him fight whoever he wants to fight. That's how we got the Canelo versus Kovalev fight. Nobody was asking for that fight. Golden Boy, Dazn, the fans, no one was asking for that fight. There was only one person that wanted that fight, and it was Canelo Alvarez, because he knew that that was the one guy at the light heavyweight division that would be on easy mode. The fact that Kovalev was nowhere near the same as he was when he was undefeated. He had already been knocked out twice. He was towards the end of his career. And, Canelo Alvarez, he took advantage of it. So just to give you guys a little bit more substance on where this lawsuit stems from, Canelo Alvarez was guaranteed, I believe, $35 million per fight. That's what was in his contract with DAZN. But because DAZN of the was forced to offer Canelo Alvarez a pay cut. And I believe because they wanted to offer him a pay cut, Canelo Alvarez, he tried to pick the easiest opponent possible. The guy that I was just talking about, I forgot his name now, but the guy that got knocked out in 3 rounds by Chris Eubank, and he lost his last fight against Anthony Durrell. Yildirim, I believe his name is. So this is where the problem started, because DAZN, they was like, no, we're not gonna approve that opponent. And it makes sense, because DAZN is just gonna lose even more money. Canelo is involved in a fight that no one wants to watch. I mean, just think about it. If Canelo versus Kovalev did bad numbers, can you imagine the numbers that Canelo versus Yildirim would do? According to reports, Canelo versus Kovalev did 600,000 views. That's terrible when you look at the fact that PBC cards are averaging over 1 million views. That means DAZN is losing a lot of money. Now I'm gonna tell you guys, when it comes to this lawsuit, boy, I hope DAZN was smart. I hope they put the right stipulations in the contract. And what I mean when I say that is, hopefully they had it in the contract. If you pick an opponent that we don't accept, if it's an opponent that's not approved, we don't have to pay you the $35 million. If they didn't put that in the contract, boy, oh boy, this might be bad for DAZN, because that would be completely idiotic. If they just gave Canelo Alvarez this contract and they said, you can fight whoever you want, we guarantee you $35 million per fight. They dug their own grave if that's what they did. But I don't think that's what they did, because once again, they did not approve this Yildirim fighter. But I'm telling you, one way or the other, somebody's about to be really screwed when it comes to either Canelo or DAZN, or even Golden Boy, when it comes to this lawsuit. I mean, a lot of people already believe DAZN is a sinking ship right now. Can you imagine if Canelo Alvarez, if this goes to trial and they don't settle out, can you imagine if Canelo actually wins this lawsuit? Boy, that's gonna hit DAZN hard. That's gonna hit him hard. And this is just a bad look for Canelo overall. Because once again, when you hear Canelo Alvarez telling his own promotional company in DAZN, I'm not afraid of anyone in the ring. He doesn't even realize it, but he's telling us that even his own team feels that he's cherry picking and he's not willing to get in the ring with the best competition. So, I mean, it's gotten to the point where once again, everyone is saying this. The only people that are still defending Canelo Alvarez are internet fans, Canelo fans on the internet, or Canelo fans in general. But when it comes to the professional boxing community, from all of the Mexican greats to Canelo Alvarez's own promotional company, from Oscar De La Hoya to Bernard Hopkins, when it comes to DAZN, saying that Canelo Alvarez is not holding up his end of the bargain when it comes to level of opposition, it's unanimous how Canelo Alvarez is perceived right now. He's gonna have to do a lot to repair his reputation. And a bunch of cheerleaders on the internet saying, you can do it, Canelo, that's not good enough. Let's see what Canelo decides to do. I keep telling you guys, Canelo, he's still young, but we know that Canelo has been doing this in his career since he turned pro. He has this type of checkered resume where he'll fight some soft opposition for a good year or two, and then out of nowhere, he'll fight an elite, undefeated fighter. And then he'll go back another year or two fighting soft opposition. There's no consistency. This is why I always tell you guys, even though he's young, if he keeps up this pattern, he's gonna be 35 in no time and probably only have maybe one more elite fighter on his resume. So there's a lot of pressure on Canelo right now. There's a lot of pressure on Canelo. There's a good chance that he may end up leaving DAZN. Canelo Alvarez, or at least Canelo Alvarez's possible next opponent, Yildirim, if he's still gonna fight him, his manager is already talking to Al Heyman to try to host that fight on Showtime. And this might be part of the lawsuit where Dazn, they may be trying to block Canelo from fighting on Showtime. That's only speculation, but it would make sense to me. When you hear Canelo say, I'm not gonna sit on the shelf, basically. I'm not gonna sit around here and not fight, basically saying he wants to stay active. Basically telling Dazn that if they don't accept his opponent, he'll go somewhere else and still fight that guy. That might be part of the lawsuit. So we're gonna see, man. There's a lot of drama unfolding right now. It's all starting to unravel. Everything is coming to the forefront. The truth is coming to light right now. Let's see how much truth comes out. Oh, and by the way, Canelo Alvarez is suing Golden Boy and Dazn for $280 million. Let's see how it plays out. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. I always say on this channel, pay-per-view fights should actually be free. And now the day has come where I'm about to hook you up with an app where you can watch all your pay-per-view events, boxing, UFC, etc. for free. I want to introduce Block TV, the best internet streaming television app out there. They provide over 3,600 channels, including HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, and Stars. They have a massive video on demand library with over 40,000 of the new release movies and the latest TV series. And it also includes DVR. So you're getting all of this for $34.99 a month. And once again, that includes free pay-per-view. So this one right here is a no-brainer, guys, because back in Las Vegas, I was paying damn near $200 a month for my cable. Those days are long gone now. So to get the app, make sure you guys go over to getblocktv.com and put in my promo code and get 30% off your first month. You also get a free month for every friend you refer. The promo code is DBNation. Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. Basically, you will end up with a haircut shape up or an edge up. What they do is they tattoo small dots that look like hair follicles in the areas where you have lost your hair and then blend it with your existing hair. You can even choose what type of hairline you want, hard shape up or soft and natural finish. And to maintain it, all you gotta do is shave your hair every few days, which is something you already were probably doing anyway. So if you wanna get this hookup for my brothers out there in the UK and Europe, make sure you check out the Scalp This on Instagram. And for my brothers out there in the States, make sure you go ahead and contact my man Scalp Carolinas on Instagram. And when you go on their pages, you can see for yourself what these guys look like before. I mean, these guys are literally hair magicians. I've never seen anything like this before, but all I can tell you guys is this is a serious game changer for us men. So make sure you get in contact with Scalp This and Scalp Carolinas on Instagram.